times when storms like Hurricane Harvey come through, a lot of us are prepared to take care of ourselves and to take care of our pets, hopefully. But a lot of times people forget about wildlife, that wildlife is really impacted by storms too. The bats, I mean, I think we saw it with the rising waters, because a lot of them were up underneath the bridges. And so the rising waters were actually getting into where they were, the babies and stuff that were in the crevices of the bridges. And so that was very dangerous to them. They were going to float out of there. Some of them drowned. The flooding was very, very hard on them.
So at 5 p.m. is when I came down here to Waugh Bridge, and the water was already above the bridge itself, and bats were just clinging onto the edge, just struggling for survival. Came out here in hopes that I could rescue as many as possible. So in order to reach the bats, we had to come down here, and I had my friend Graylin come grab my feet while I swooped up the bats and dropped them in a bin. And as you see, the water line was right here going all the way across, and just these crevices were just filled with bats. With the 90 bats that I had rescued, I took them to my house and created a temporary roost until it was time for them to be released back into the wild.
One of the things that we do here at the Wildlife Center of Texas, we take in over 10,000 animals a year. And so we're always working with wildlife, trying to get them back into the wild, trying to make a difference for animals, and also trying to keep their populations up. We knew as soon as we heard that the storm was on the way, we started preparing. We're used to big impacts. We do a lot of storms. We respond to oil spills. We respond to wildfires. We knew that we would be seeing, especially baby squirrels. It's the time of year where the squirrels are having their second set of babies. We also received a lot of stuff from the Galveston area, like pelicans, a lot of different birds that we saw come in too. And then we also received a lot of baby opossums. So a lot of wildlife was impacted. You know, what that impact will do to the overall populations, I don't think anybody knows yet. With bats, they'll eat a lot of the insects that we don't want around. They're there for a reason, and that we want to keep them there, or we're going to be overrun with things we don't want.
With the population of over 250,000 bats just here alone at Waugh Bridge, a lot of them, yes, did perish through Hurricane Harvey, but I feel that there's going to be a great recovery. I came out here to check on them, and they were already out at dusk eating insects.